الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله يا رسول الله الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ولا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل كما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. My brothers and sisters, the Prophet ﷺ said in an authentic hadith as narrated to us by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he says sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا ضُعِيَتِ الْأَمَانَةِ فَانْتَظِرِ السَّاعَةِ إِذَا ضُعِيَتِ الْأَمَانَةِ فَانْتَظِرِ السَّاعَةِ. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, when you have seen that honesty is lost, then wait for the day of judgment. Wait for the hour. So the Prophet ﷺ was asked by the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, what is meant by this? What do you mean by when honesty is lost, then the day of judgment will come? As in, you will see that the coming of the day of judgment will happen very quickly. And so the Prophet ﷺ says, إِذَا أُسْنِدَ الْأَمْرُ إِلَى غَيْرِ أَهْلِهِ فَانْتَظِرِ السَّاعَةِ. He responds to the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, and he tells them, when authority is given to those who do not deserve it, then wait for the hour. As in, the end of time is near. What is this indicating to us, my brothers and sisters? The importance of honesty, the importance of being truthful, the importance of not only being honest with human beings, but being honest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Being honest with oneself, being honest with our salah, with our zakah, with our hajj, with our siyam, being honest with our dealings and spending and earning, being honest with every single element and aspect of our lives, knowing fully well that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware of everything. And so honesty within itself is not simply just being honest to another human being. It is respecting every aspect of being a human being and standing before before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, knowing that a day and a time will come that we will have to give answer to what we have sowed, to what we have brought forth for Allah Azza wa Jalla. Now, what do I mean by this? Why am I talking about honesty? What's the importance of honesty? Why is it significant today? Well, I want us to take another example, and it's the example of Ja'far ibn Abi Talib. For those of you who remember the story of the migration to Abyssinia, when the Sahaba radiallahu anhum migrated to Abyssinia, which is known as present-day Ethiopia, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib was speaking or communicating with the Najashi, with the Negus, the one who was put in charge, who was the king of their land, and who was also a very well-known Christian. Ja'far ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu was explaining to him the belief of the Arabs in traditional times and how they came out of Jahiliyyah, from a time of ignorance to a time of goodness. And he was put in a very difficult situation. For those of you who know the story, you know it very well. And due to time, we can't explain the entire story. But he quoted verses from Surah Maryam. And that hit the heart, or penetrated the heart of the Najashi, to the extent that even though he didn't submit and accept or embrace Islam at that point in time, he was sympathetic towards the Muslims because of their respect to Maryam and Isa alayhi salam. What was the importance in that lesson? Is honesty. Even if he could have said something else to twist the story, or to say something about the Quraysh, or to say something bad about the Mushrikun, he chose not to. And he spoke the truth, and he quoted the Quran, and he stood firm, believing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would grant them what is right and what is true. My brothers and sisters, honesty is a part of our lives every single moment of the day, as we'll see in the second part of this khutbah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين وأصلي وأسلم على نبيه الكريم عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم أما بعد. My brothers and sisters, on the topic of honesty, today is September 11th. Our children who might be less than 20 years old or even 25 years old have no idea what September 11 really means or how it impacted us regardless of where we lived on earth. And I was having this discussion earlier today with my wife, and she was like, okay, it's been 19 years, maybe we shouldn't talk about September 11th on September 11th anymore. As in, don't just forget about it, but maybe bring something new, something relevant. But I told her, I said, every single Muslim was affected by this incident. Every single Muslim was targeted for years after that. And every single Muslim felt as though the world was crumbling or squeezing them, and they felt like something was wrong. Especially those who were here in this part of the world. And I remember specifically, after September 11th, I got accepted to go study in Medina. And every single time that I was flying back and forth between Canada and Medina, somewhere along the line I would get stopped by authorities. And they would question, are you a Muslim? Yes, come with us. Right? And they start questioning you and asking you things. And I remember the importance of honesty. The importance of speaking the truth. Because the truth will always prevail. It will always come out. It will always be known to human beings. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects those who are truthful to themselves and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so, my brothers and sisters, in teaching our children the importance of honesty, you'll see how today Muslims have proven themselves. Not that we needed to, but because we stuck to our principles. We did what was right. We didn't abandon Allah. We didn't abandon the Sunnah. We didn't abandon Salah. We didn't abandon Ramadan. We didn't leave our ways. We stuck to what we knew was right and what was true. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us and shown the world who we truly are as Muslims and believers. But it starts with small examples. How many times are we at home and the phone rings and our children answer it and a parent says to their child, just tell them I'm not home. That's not being honest, that's a lie. How many times does it happen when someone rings the doorbell and we don't want to open the door to them? And sometimes the parent will tell the child, shh, just be quiet, let them go away. How many times has it happened when people try to reach out to us for something and we make an excuse or we lie and we say, you know what, I'm sorry, at this point in time I can't help you, you know, I'm financially strapped, whereas we're planning to go and spend a lot of money. Our children see how dishonest we are with ourselves. And if we don't change ourselves, they will embrace that way of life. And that means that they're embracing dishonesty. And that it's okay to lie. And it's okay to tell stories. And it's okay to make other people think something differently about us and to be deceiving. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us all. We conclude by sending peace and blessings upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وارزقنا وعافنا. اللهم بارك لنا في ديننا ودنيانا يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبل منا اعمالنا الصالحه كلها يا ارحم الراحمين. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all of our good deeds, to forgive us of our sins, to make us from amongst those that are honest and truthful, to be a shining example to the rest of society, but first and foremost to our family and children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open our hearts to what is true, to be honest with Allah, to be honest with ourselves, to be honest with the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from harm and from being labeled in a negative way. And if that happens, then we know the truth and we know what is right and we know what is best with Allah azza wa jalla. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help all those that are suffering and struggling in different parts of the world, especially currently in Sudan. How many people have forgotten our Muslim brothers and sisters in that part of the world, who are the people who helped the Muslims when the Prophet ﷺ began that region of Abyssinia. Please, my brothers and sisters, do not forget them and ask and beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help them throughout these floods and the difficult time that they're going through. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant ease to all those that are suffering around the world, regardless of the country, regardless of the region, regardless of the language and the culture that they have. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them ease, safety, protection, food, and goodness of this life and iman for the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Inna Allah ya'muru bil 'adli wal ihsan wa ita'i dhil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkari wal baghi ya'idukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Udhkuru Allaha yadhkurkum wa ad'uuhu yastajib lakum wa ladhikru Allahi akbar. Wallahu ya'lam.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Please make sure your cell phones are on silent. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا إيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Also, donate generously on the way up. Inshallah, we'll see the brothers outside the doors. And the youth program registration is still open. That will begin next weekend, inshallah. All details on the website. Please do visit it.